Welcome back to the show, everybody. You know what it is, and I'm of course Mr. Pop That Thing. That's me, the one on triple the G.O.D. And you, yes, you're live right here with us, right here on Team GRF TV. And yo, Kamen Rider Zeztz, Case2, explode. Yeah. Look, let's just start with this. This episode gave me that nice, warm, fuzzy feeling inside. Again, I'm going to say it. I said it last week, and I'm going to say it again. This show makes me proud to be a fan of this series because this episode killed it. Look, this right here, this little block is for all my new folks because I gotta help y'all in getting some explanation out because y'all need to hear this from me, right? See, right now, we as our fans watching this show, we are in tutorial mode, everybody. Baku is learning about the world around him, and because he is our eyes into the world, he's showing us everything. We learned a lot here. We did. Did you know that he could use powers? That he could use the powers of the balls in dream form. Will that translate to when we get to episode 3 when it spills out into the real world? We don't know. This was the show did an excellent job of introducing a new power to you quickly and showing you transform and showing you a little bit of what it can do. So you get to think about it a little bit. Like, if this power does that, what do this power do? What are the other ways that he can use the power? I'm just like, show showed you weapon, show showed you the beatdown. It did all of that. More importantly, we have done a whole lot of world building. And I gotta get into this because this was the part that I was excited to talk to you guys about. The world building, because there were a lot of little, if you're paying attention. Two of my favorites. Number one, Officer Benson. She was sitting up here like, yeah, I see Nemo in my dreams too. You see what now? You doing what? You So that's things of we're establishing Nemu as a character. Again, another thing that I appreciate is the show's tone. It's sitting up here, it's just trying to get you comfortable, getting you to sit down, getting you to relax your body, to get into what the show is trying to provide. Like, this show has no chill. Like, that opening sequence where they running in and they sit up here just showing you that, yo, we trying to have some fun with this. Like, because this is a dreamscape, there are a lot of things we can do in the world of dreams that may be able later in the series to spill out into the reality because, again, you watched the episode, you're watching this review, you saw what the previews were. This is going into the real world. Questions is about how. Nox is a whole big giant question mark of I need you to understand that. And again, we're in tutorial mode, and I'm glad this show did this of establishing case structure. That how, like, these are 2 episode arcs because again, episode 1 was standalone because again, that wasn't training, that was the demo. That was like when you play Super Metroid and you let it sit at the title screen and it show you all the things Samus can do. That was episode 1. That was, here's a preview of what's popping. These 2 episodes right here that we got exploding, we got case 3 of this is Baku. This is his world. This is what's going on, and we're establishing things, right? Speaking of the word established, because I'm jumping all over the place. Here's another thing that I appreciate that the show was sly about. When Zero is explaining to Lil Bond that, yo, you're not the only one. I'm just paraphrasing it for what the point I'm trying to get across to you. There is a lot you can do with that one line. Because then again, and I'm not talking about when your second rider comes in or your tertiary rider comes in. I'm not talking about none of that. I am talking about global scope of if you wanted to adapt what Zeztz is, you can literally do it no Zeztz. Because you are literally saying that Cole has agents all over the world. So you can do whatever you want with that. And given how big I feel this show could be, you could do a damn good technical adaptation with the simple note of Kamen Rider Zeztz is an agent of code. You don't necessarily have to have even the writer elements in it, but let it be related to the show itself. There's a lot there in that small little bit. And if I'm sitting up here thinking about it on that level from that small little bit, I could imagine what y'all got on your mind. Because that's just me just sitting up here just shooting, just thinking about how the show is sitting up here again. And it's doing great of grabbing your hand, holding you close, and being yo. Not only for people like me who are longtime Rider fans, but also not including the new guys that I'm talking to, you ladies and gentlemen, and whoever, however you identify. We talking about, more importantly, my old school Rider fans who are a little lapsed, who are literally taking a look at Zeztz because you've been out the game for a minute. Like, we ain't even talking about the fans who peek at the toys or look at trailers. We talking about people who heard, oh, Zeztz is worldwide, who literally got lapsed when certain community events may have taken place years ago, and just kind of, because I know a couple people that when the thing was going down, they just dropped right and just said, Toku, fuck Toei, all that, who are back watching Zeztz and are excited about it. And again, and the show is doing a great job again, and I talked about episode structure and doing all that of holding your hand and being like, yo, just vibe with us. We here with this. Just roll with us. We got you. We're going to take care of you. We love and we're loving and we're welcoming everyone. I don't care what level Rider fan you are. If this is old to you, this is new to you, you in between or whatever, of just getting you and holding you close and being, yo, this is a show. We're going to take care of you. And again, my hope will be for this show that not only the lapsed fan gets back in the Rider the way that they used to have the fervor, that the new fans sit up here and discover a community of people who love this Toku thing so much, and having your hand held through it, because again, communities are communities, but you new people are going to find some people that you are going to grab onto and hold on to, and these people will probably maybe become friends for life. You don't know, because I have met some wonderful people because of what Tokusatsu represents. So it's not impossible. You know what I'm saying? It's not impossible that's what we're getting to. But I have to continue to say, this job is murdering tutorial mode in a way that makes me smile. It makes me excited for how we're going to close this case, because this is going to be our initial, this is how we finna get into it. Here is the thing, though, and I have to put this out there because I just feel I need to say this. Here's what I don't want Zeztz to do. I don't want Zeztz to feel that once we get out of tutorial mode, that's your cue to push on the gas pedal. Because, see, here's the thing that as a Rider fan, over the past couple of years, that I've noticed. And it literally, and the first time I really felt it was when I was at the beginning of 01. Because of the whole Reiwa era thing and all of that stuff, and literally using 01 to be a reintroduction about Rider and how it works in the scope that 01 was in and represented, it went tutorial mode, and then it got like 7-8 episodes in and was like gas. Pedal to the metal gas. And it literally did this to me. It literally threw me for a loop, because I thought you were still holding my hand, show. I thought you were still trying to introduce me to what your world is and what you're trying to do. Gas. Here is the truth, though. That's not a Reiwa era thing, because I can literally tell you as Rider fan, the last time that I literally really remember, the show went from 0 to 1 million, and that was Gaim. Gaim is such a blow to you when you watch it, because the show sit up here and it's like, hi, I'm Gaim. It's nice to meet you. We're married now. Buy me a house. And it did that in the span of, I think, 10 episodes. It literally sat up here for 10 episodes and was holding your hand and then literally threw you into I do. Because now we are getting into things that you was like, I thought it was this. No, it's this now. And then it did that a couple of more times, but that's what makes Gaim exciting. So for all my new people, I'm like, Gaim is a suggested show, but I think you might need a writer show or two under your belt before you get into what Gaim wants to bring to you. And I can sit up here and I can give you that suggestion, but I don't think that is that while you sitting up here watching this and you want to absorb a writer show, I don't know if Gaim's the show that I would suggest to you. And you might be looking, what show would you suggest? This one. It's always going to be double for me. Possibly Forze. Like, those are shows that I can really suggest that really do whole handing really well, that does its scope and does its premise really well to get you to understand what Rider is. Because, again, I'm talking about this. You have to understand, Double came after the celebratory Rider Decade. Forze was the 40th anniversary, so those series were all about reintroduction and holding hands. And Double is a wonderful show that really holds your hand through, because while it is introducing a first-time premise, it does a wonderful job of introducing the world of Fudo to you. The same thing of understanding Gentaro's walk through life that Forze is all about. It's something that you can grab onto and hold your hand, and it can bring you in and let you understand of like what the soul of Rider is, because that's what Zeztz is literally doing 2 episodes in. It's like, I got you. I'm gonna take care of you. Can't nothing harm you, because we gonna show you how this is done. And this has been a wonderful thing. To get back to the work before we get up out of here, because I think I need to discuss a little bit more of the episode. I'm seeing the crisscrosses. I'm seeing how the show wants to sit up here and build these relationships. Because again, we talked about Clouseau and we talked about Benson earlier about how important, because again, this is me, Rider, like, because I'm trying to put down what the show is trying to get at me, of how important they're going to be on the side of the veil of the paranormal investigation division and how they work with Baku in the real world while Code is doing his thing over there in Dreamland. You know what I'm saying? The support that he's going to ultimately get from Nemu. His sister in the real world being that amalgamation of stupid, get shit together. He building relationships, how that's going to affect his real life relationships with his responsibilities of being a Kamen Rider. Because not a lot of Kamen Rider shows really drill home the balance of superhero and real life in a way that's real. And Rider shows very rarely get into that level of balance in a way that makes you feel it. And I'm trying to, and the last show that I remember watching that really got the balance of what things are and what things is X-Aid. Because of what that show's premise is all about. It was about video game doctors. It's that while we doing doctor things, you know what I'm saying, we gotta fight the Buckster niggas. So it got that balance really well. And I really think Zeztz should lean into that a lot. It should lean into Baku being able and learning how to balance all the things you had going on before you started this journey to becoming a Kamen Rider and an agent of Code, and how you will grow. Because here it is. Ultimately, the worlds that Baku is responsible for protecting are going to do this. They're going to collide in a way to where the you know you are, the you want to be, the you can be, the you that the world needs you to be, and just you have to all show up at the same time. You have to be all of those yous. And Baku is a character that I believe can bring that home. That he is a character that can bring that home. That all of those yous that you need to be for yourself, that the world needs you to be, you have to be that because you're the only one. And again, we know that's not true in the instance of there will be more riders. I talked about it earlier about the possibilities of doing things with Code and expanding that world and that universe. this show is doing it well. And I am proud to be a Rider fan right now, and I hope you feel the same. So, I think that's about it for me. Now, hold on. Give me a second. Let me sit up. Let me make sure. I'm going to lean back in the chair a little bit. I'm trying to make sure that I've covered everything, you know what I'm saying? More questions and answers, Knox and Nemu, all of that stuff, paranormal investigations and stuff like that. Clouseau and Benson doing the thing, little Bond sitting up here holding it down, Ryder being amazing, Ryder suggestion show that you may want to watch while you are sitting up here waiting for the weekly drop of Zeztz that you can sit up here and get more into Ryder and stuff like that. Did I beg for a video game yet? Nah. See, I guess before we get up out of here, I miss Super Climax Heroes, because a Super Climax Heroes game would have been dropping maybe a couple of weeks from now if they were still doing rotations. And it's like, that would have been a weird Zeztz who only would have had Impact, maybe Transform, maybe all the stuff they showed you in the video leading up to having them 4 or 5 powers. So maybe it's better that we don't, but I need Zeztz to have a game. And it's like, that's a game that needs to literally release worldwide. Like, they did the SD Kamen Rider game or whatever, but that's not a conversation because you can't even play half the game anymore. So, I'm not going to get into that. But I'd like to thank you guys for joining me for another episode of Triple the Guy Speaks On. It feels good to be back in this, because I was going to pop off the short, nah, y'all gonna hear all my thoughts. I'm not gonna sit up here and I'm gonna let it rock. Because, see, y'all gotta understand something. I am Pastor L, baby. Delivering you from all these L's, because we stay winning, never losing round here. You know what it is, baby. Synagogues in the building. You know what it is. They sitting down there in the lab. We sitting up for cooking up this work, baby, because this is what we do. Shout out to my main man, Minister W, because we back, baby. So, I don't know if this is going to be the format for when I talk about Zeztz, but I really felt that I really couldn't, like, I could have made a 2-minute and 59-second video about my feelings and this. I need to sit up here, I need to put out an epic. And you know what? I'm going to do what I feel. So if I feel that I can sit up here and make a Zeztz video in 3 minutes, guess what? You'll get it short. And then I'm still probably going to sit up here and I'm probably finna sit up here and get in the pulpit and preach. Amen. Because you know what it is. Your congregation, you know what I need. God damn, Pastor Triple Zeztz killing shit, baby. Hell yeah. Congregation in the building, you know what it is. Look, I would like to once more thank you for joining me live right here on Team GRF TV for another episode of Triple the Guy Speaks On. I am, of course, Mr. Pop That Thing. That's me, the one and only Triple the G.O.D, a.k.a. Yo Uncle Triple, a.k.a. Pastor L, Bishop Elder L in the building. You know it's Chemo V2, baby, a.k.a. Chemo Suave, a.k.a. Infinite to the 62,784 power, just in case your ass forgot, baby. That's killing shit. It feel good to be back doing these epics, baby, about something that I love. And I hope you guys come back and join me next week. You better. Look, we've got plenty more show for all of you amazing, awesome, and wonderful and beautiful people out there in TV land. And we've got it right after these commercial messages. See you, bang, next mission. More show right after this.